we need to see this minefield control tower. So, stick with me, enjoy your little history lesson, and let's go explore it. Come on. It's sometimes hard to believe how remote some history can feel when exploring. For the most part, it's for very good reason due to its function. No greater example of this is the WW2 Minefield control tower situated overlooking the River Crouch in Essex. The tower was built in 1941 and its role was to help protect the estuary where a minefield had been laid due to the fears of Burnham-on-Crouch being a potential landing point for enemy forces, with the possibility of it being a shorter, undefended route into London. The tower itself is 2 stories, made of concrete and brick. It has 17 machine gun apertures at 2 heights, and was designed to be fortified with a 360-degree defensive capability should the worst happen. What's interesting is that the pillboxes that stretch along this part of the coast actually date a year earlier than the tower in 1940, and shows just how much World War II history can still be found in this part of the county. In regard to the tower, it's probably because of its remoteness that it remains in good condition and has been a worthwhile travel for many an explorer, but more importantly, a reminder of a time when the threat of invasion seemed to be closer than we think. Hello and welcome inside. It is disgusting and it smells exactly how I want it to smell, full of bird crap, just this sort of disgusting smell really. But yeah, I'm going to have to get my gloves out I think, because to get up to that ladder, that is a lot of just bird crap. There is a dead pigeon there. Oh, it smells like rodents. But the fact that this is still here and it's still accessible, look at that. I have to definitely going to wear gloves for that. That is horrible. But yeah, it's definitely an experience being in here with the smells. I mean, it's not an unaccustomed smell, but it definitely is a smell that you just don't like on especially a warm day, because you can hear the flies and everything else buzzing around. It's just not nice. But before we get to that, we just want to talk about the fact that this is really the layout. So it's obviously fortified sort of ground design. So obviously you've got this big steel door as you walk in, tiny gap really when you think about it. You'll note that this might look familiar if you're from Sheppey in Kent. Although the difference with those is that unfortunately they're just not as accessible as they once were, or as of recording this. I mean, it could have changed. But you can see how well fortified these were. But the fact that this one is on its own, bless it, and apart from some pillboxes, you know, it's can cast quite a remote and bleak sort of landscape in a certain day. I mean, even in the heat at the moment, I mean, it's lovely in the cool, but you can imagine on a sort of colder, bleaker day, it would have been a nasty place to get through, because you've got all of these fortified sort of pillbox holes really, and yeah, not nice. You can see originally where I'm assuming there would have been shelving that would have gone across. I'm assuming on that. But yeah, well, I'd like to go up and see. Now, I don't know if we can, how high we can get up, but we'll try our best, I think, is the most important thing. So, let's do it. So yeah, I've got my gloves because there's no way I'm touching stuff on there. And yeah, not nice. So thank God I bought them. Let's go. Right, so we made it up, and I hated that with a passion. That was disgusting. The whole floor is completely covered in pigeon crap. And there's a platform there for you to, I'm assuming, stand up onto the main section of the turret, but I don't think there's any way I'm going to be doing that today because that is disgusting. That is filth. Right, so what I want to try and do is we'll get up there and I'll show you that. So let's do it. God, this is terrible. Look at that. You can see people have obviously, I know people have been onto this bit, but that is horrible. Right, so if you excuse the wind, we are now looking out of the main turret, really, part of the minefield control tower. And the pillboxes, interesting enough, are quite intermittent. It's sort of, there's a long swathe where there aren't any pillboxes, and then you see them. And what's really interesting about these ones especially is that they're double-sided pillboxes, so they're facing inwards as well as outwards. Amazing view. That is just disgusting. Yeah. Oh, it's nice that a lot of people have come here and explored this one. But yeah, it's a long old way to come and explore this. You can, I'm assuming you can park a little bit closer. There were some fishermen that were there who were doing some fishing out by the sea. There's a little path that's down there, but apart from that, this really is it. A constant buzz of flies, and it is just the ridiculous amount of pigeon. I'm assuming it's all pigeon mostly, considering there were 2 dead ones on the floor. It is ridiculous. Oh, wow, nice cool breeze. Very warm out there. Anyway, there you go. We'll have a nosy outside. I think we're pretty much done. Ugh. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, that ladder, I've had to put a concrete block next to it. This is, again, the reasons why exploring on your own isn't fun. So, yeah, I'll show you what I've done, because it was pretty dodgy. Anyway, let's get back now. Right, so I'm just taking these gloves off now. What I'm going to do is show you what I had to do. And another reason why you should never really go exploring on your own. Let me show you this. So the ladder isn't fixed to anything. So in other words, that literally is wobbling just by me kicking that. And even though it looks fairly fixed, the moment I started going up on it, it wasn't. So I had to put this big old concrete block there. Because again, it was just me on my own. And you could jump it. You could jump down from that. But the point was that if there's a ladder, use the ladder. Right, so we made it out. It's such a glorious day today that I'm I'm dreading the walk back, to be honest. I've already got a couple of blisters on my feet. You know, but I suppose it's days like this where you sort of debate, is it like, when you do an explore like this, is it worth it? You know, could you have popped a little bit sooner for the risk of not, you know, getting blisters or whatever? I don't know. But to be fair, I don't care really these days. The older I've got, the more I sort of tend to think a little bit more about exploring and what I do and what I don't do. You see there's some shutters up there at the top. So really, but you know, it's just nice to sort of enter and explore one of these and to sort of see it for its majesty. You know, I don't have a drone with me either. God, I'm sounding like really moaning. I think it's this walk. The walk's made me moan. But again, you know, I always say it to people, you know, if you ever have the opportunity, go with someone. It makes the whole day out, the whole experience more worthwhile. You can help each other, you can motivate each other, you can look after each other. When I'm on my own, I do think to myself sometimes, I'm like, oh God, not again, I'm on my own. Here we go. It's my fault for doing it, however. But, you know, it's just, this place shows that, you know, you're in a very remote location. Like I said, it took me almost, let's just say, coming up shy to 2 hours to get here. Not the easiest place to find, you know, but it's the way it is. And yeah, you know, like I said, probably was a closer place to park, but I actually, the beginning of the walk, I actually quite enjoyed it. Cause we've explored the outside, we explored the inside, we went up, we went down. And I moaned, so that's got to be one of the best Phoenix history videos ever, surely. Encompasses all the best things on this channel. Well, look, in your more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Hopefully you had a really nice time. And if you are ever in the area, like I said, take a friend. Don't go on your own. Don't be a loner like me. Nobody likes a loner. But yeah, as I stand behind it, let's be honest, it's a beautiful structure. Yeah, well, because history matters, really does, doesn't it? Stay safe, enjoy your day, whatever you're doing, and feel free to spread the word of the channel. Feel free to dislike or like, whatever you fancy, and I will see y'all very soon on another adventure. Yeah, hopefully you're going to come along with me on that though. Take care, everybody. Ready? Come on in. Kapow. See ya.